Hey everybody, it's Romania Black and we're on season 2 of Attack on Titan. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this season. Kudos to y'all for waiting 4 years between season 1 and season 2. I don't know how y'all did it. I'm assuming most of you went and read the manga because you didn't want to wait that long, but oh, I am so excited. I've spent the last week watching all the OVAs, catching up with the rest of season 1, doing a recap video, and it is time. It is time for season 2, episode 1. I'm so excited. I've been told that I need to wait until after the episode to watch the OP, to watch the opening. So I'm gonna get through, I'm assuming, the opening scene here in this episode, and then when the OP starts, I'm gonna pause it, and then I'm gonna kind of skip ahead to get to where the episode starts. And so if you see like a skip in the reaction, that's why. It's just me trying to get the timing right. I'm a little bit bummed though, because I watched the entire, most of the first season I watched through Funimation, because a lot of you had told me it's Blu-ray quality and it was really, really good. I went to go open up episode 1 on Funimation and get it ready, and it's not available in my territory in the original Japanese. What? I tried, it would let me open up the Portuguese version, it would let me open up the English dub, but it won't let me open up the original Japanese. It's not available in my territory, but it's on Crunchyroll, so I don't know. So I guess I'm gonna have to watch season 2 through Crunchyroll. So if any of you want to complain about the quality of the episode, I guess all I can say is send me the Blu-ray. Because I don't have access to it. I feel so bad, but I'm like, what the heck? I don't know what the deal is. I'm hoping that season 3 and season 4 they at least have on Funimation in the Funimation quality, but for whatever reason, I'm gonna watch Crunchyroll for season 2. But that's okay, because then at least I can read the title cards. They'll at least have the translation of the title cards at least. So there's that. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I've talked so much about season 2 in my recap video. I talked about expectations, what I was looking forward to. I'm curious to know where they're going to pick up at. We saw the little Titan in the wall at the end of the last episode, so I'm like, is that going to get covered up magically, or are they going to see it? What's the deal? We saw Connie and a bunch of them like head off in civilian clothes, so if they broke off from the group. Has Erwin sent them on a mission? What's going on with them? What's Eren gonna be doing? What's Levi and Hanji gonna be doing? What's Armin and Mikasa and Jean gonna be doing? I have all these questions, and we only have 12 episodes for this season. Without spoiling me, I am curious to know why 12 episodes instead of 25. I'm assuming maybe it was something with the studio, or maybe that it just, the manga arc that the studio wanted to do only covered 12 episodes, and that's what they went with, because I think the latter seasons, episode 3 is like, what, 22 episodes, and season 4 is rather like 16 at this point, and it's only halfway done. So I guess maybe by the time they finish up season 4, it'll all even out episode wise, but I don't know. I'm just really, really excited to get started on this season and see what the heck is going on. Some of you have noted that it's a different vibe. I'm okay with that. As long as these characters are still here, I'm fine with that. So I'm so ready, y'all. I can't express my excitement. So let's do this, shall we? Let us dive in to season 2 and see what's up. So I'm ready, y'all. I hope y'all are too, but let's do this, shall we? We are gonna start episode 1 of season 2 called Beast Titan. I don't know what that means, but I'm really excited. So, okay, we're gonna do this, y'all. Here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. This season isn't messing around, is it? Oh my god! Oh my god! Mike! He's dead right off the bat! Gonna need a headphone warning for this episode. Wow, okay. It's hilarious because I recorded the recap actually last night, And I edited it this morning and during the day. And then I was like, okay, tonight I'm going to watch episode 1 of season 2. And there were things I talked about in the recap video that I wanted to see. I wanted to see more Carla. We're getting Carla flashbacks. I wanted to know what the heck was going on with Connie and all them. We got the answer somewhat to that. We had the whole thing in Ilse's notebook of the Titans talking. We're getting back to that. More Titan lore. Titan things happening. Oh, this Beast Titan. The fudge. Oh my God, we're getting like so many things that I've wanted to see happen from season 1. We're automatically getting them. And Mike starting us off the second strongest next to Levi. Dude, anytime a character's like, well, this character's the strongest there is, I'm like, shut up. Just shut up, because you're dooming them to a death. As soon as they said that he was the second strongest to Levi, I was like, is Mike gonna die? Is this how it's gonna go down? Is Mike gonna die? Because, oh my God. There are things already taking shape that I'm like, I wanted more Titan lore. I wanted more with the religious groups. I wanted more explained. We're getting that. And it's just, I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. Okay. We need to go through this episode and see it in full, because I'm like, what the hell? Okay. So, man, Hanji, when Hanji says, look, is it just there by coincidence? That's the thing. I'm really curious. It could mean a couple of things, because Hanji getting kind of freaked out this episode. I love that Hanji is the narrator now. I love that it's not Eren narrating, it's Hanji. I think that's a really cool twist, because Hanji's the most connected to the Titan lore. Like, they're the most interested. So I find it fun that Hanji's the one narrating this set of episodes so far. And Hanji narrated the OVAs too, which I thought was interesting. So that's cool. And this is kind of like coming off the tails of Ilse's notebook, which I've heard Ilse's notebook is a big plot thing in the manga. So this is coming right off the tails of that, which is really, really cool. So Hanji wondering, is it just by coincidence the Titans in this spot in the wall, or are all the walls containing Titans? Like, is that a thing? I'm so curious. I'm so very curious. Okay. Or does this, I'm wondering if Hanji's like, does this mean that Annie was specifically going towards that point on the wall? Because why did Annie choose that specific spot? Because the Titan was there, or are Titans lining all of the walls? That's the question. But this Pastor Nick guy, he's the one that was in the church that Annie smashed back in episode 25 of season 1. He was in the church that she smashed and killed everybody except him, right? So he would be in the area when that happened. And she's like, Pastor Nick. And he's like, whatever you do, keep that Titan out of the sunlight. Yeah, because its eye moved. It's alive in the walls. Ooh, I thought maybe that they were dead or dormant. Or, no, it moved its eye. It is living. Ugh. So, yeah, of course, keep the sunlight out so that it doesn't, like, charge up and break through the wall instantly. Because then you're all doomed. If it breaks through the wall and there's a giant hole there, y'all are screwed. So, yeah, then we get this opening, which I'm sure we'll keep going back to. But, what the hell? We're getting into some, like, religious, spiritual shit, aren't we? Aren't we? I said that in the recap. I was like, it seems like we're getting into more of that. And the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan are coming back. I wanted more of them. We're getting it. Yes. I figure out now why y'all wanted me to wait till the end of the episode for the Beast Titan. But why are there like dinosaurs and stuff walking alongside it? I'm so curious. And then this woman holding the baby. Okay. So yeah, Beast Titan, episode 26. And they've covered the wall sheets. It's kind of comical at first because it looks like a little Technicolor Dreamcoat patchwork. But it's such a big hole that they needed that many blankets sewn together so that it couldn't sheet, so that it couldn't, after sunset, we'll take more proper measures. The animation style is already a little bit different with this, and I like it. It looks cleaner. And I don't know if Crunchyroll, if the version of this is maybe the more high quality version that Crunchyroll has. I'm gonna take it since Funimation's not giving me the right version. I'm going to take it. But like Erwin looks a little bit like more, his features look a little bit different, but I like it. I think it looks good. Everybody's eyes are bigger and more expressive, kind of like Aaron's, which I like. I like characters with big expressive eyes. So Erwin establishing that, yeah, no, these Titans have been in the walls for a while, and there's only been two factions, the people that knew about it and the people that didn't. There's no cutting corners. There's either people that knew this was going on and people that did not. So the question is, who's known about this? What else do they know? Why haven't they told everybody? So many questions right off the bat. I love it. I love it. But yeah, Marlo, I like that we get this callback. It's kind of like episode 13. It's kind of like the aftermath from the Trost battle, is that we get Marlo and Hitch doing basically what Jean did and going around helping collect the bodies. They're not keeping their mask up, so, don't get sick, guys. And then I like that Marlo's like, why were we all kept in the dark? And you know what? I feel bad now because I put Hitch at C rank in my recap video, and now I'm like, man, Hitch is already growing on me more. What's happening? Because Hitch says, oh, it's just business as usual. And I like the words that Hitch says here. What's scummiest of all is that there's no official reason why all these people died. There's nothing on the books of why they died. Nobody can offer up a reason. I mean, it's Aaron versus Annie. Yeah, there's a bunch of collateral damage, but there's no real reason why they were fighting that's been given to the public. So as far as they know, it's all just a big accident, but it's really scummy. Yeah. So man, Hitch, in the span of 30 seconds, Hitch gained more respect for me. What a season already. Maybe I'll be proven wrong about putting her in C rank. I don't know. Maybe Hitch has some potential. Yeah. So of course, Hanji is like, you need to talk. And this guy, this Pastor Nick, is like looking really freaked out. And Hanji's asking the important questions. What was it doing inside the wall? Why did you people keep it a secret all this time? You guys are the religious cult leaders. Why'd you keep it all a secret? And of course he is like not answering. And he's like, oh, I have work to do. My church and followers have been devastated. This is your fault. I will demand restitution. And Hanji's like, yeah, let you back down. Okay, sure, I'll let you back down. I'll throw you over the ledge here. You want to go straight down? And of course, everybody's like, Commander. And Hanji's like, no, I got this. This is what needs to be done. And Hanji's like, we've shed all this blood and y'all have kept this a secret. And now look what's happened. We've been doing this to take back our freedom from the Titans. And I was willing to sacrifice my life for that cause. What are you doing? So, oh man, Hanji's getting so much done in one episode. I'm not asking, I'm ordering. And if you won't talk, I'll try the next person. And your measly life wouldn't make up for much anyway. Oh, Hanji. I love it. I love it. And of course the guy is like, oh, just let me go. Just, let me go. Let me follow my death and be a martyr. And then Hanji's like, well, screw it. I like the Hanji's supervisor's like, no, let him go. So yeah, the religious angle getting added into this is so fascinating. And I'm so ready to learn more about what old Pastor Nick and his followers know. Because that's crazy, because in the first season, it's funny, in the first season, it was easy to write off people like Pastor Nick as just zealots and just people that had no clout or anything. It's like, oh, you guys are just like religious nutcases. Y'all don't know anything. Forget you. You guys are in the dark. But now that this whole thing with the Titan in the wall has come about, it's like, what do you know? Do they actually know some things? And we need to pay more attention to them. So I find that really fascinating. It also kind of freaks me out because if there's Titans within the walls, like on all sides of this, they're standing on top of where Titans are. And that's creepy to me. Very, very creepy to me. But yeah, Hanji plays off saying that they're not serious. Like, oh, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. And so then tell me, Pastor Nick. Yeah. Are all the walls made of Titans? Yeah, that's the question. And then I like this. I forgot how it feels. And Hanji, for the first time, is nervous and scared because they don't know something. It's like there's pieces of data that they don't have. And yeah, that Titan is like 50 meters tall. Like, huge. So, what the heck? But then, okay, this guy, we don't get his name, but he's been sent to inform Erwin that Wall Rose, there's Titans inside of Wall Rose. So, the question is, and I love this like backtracking. I love this like backtracking and what's been going on about the same time. Because here's the thing. So I had all these questions, right? From season 1 ending. And I was trying to piece together the timeline. And it didn't quite occur to me until this episode. Because during that little rewind moment, we see Aaron turn into the Titan and everything. So during, it says 12 hours earlier. So during the battle between Aaron and Annie, obviously Connie and Reiner and all of them, they didn't follow Levi and the group into Stohess. It was just literally Jean. Jean was posing as Aaron. It was the other Survey Corps members that were official members, and Levi and Erwin and Armin, Mikasa, and Aaron. So it was just Armin, Mikasa, Aaron, and Jean, those 4, and the Survey Corps were the only ones that actually went into Stohess. And the other 104th Red Training Regiment members stayed back. So that didn't register with me at the time. I was like, oh, what have they been doing? They've been hanging out at this location, right? South of Wall Sina. So, yeah, 12 hours earlier. And it says south of Wall Sina. So they're still in Wall Rose in that territory. And they're just hanging out. My question still is, why are they in civilian clothes? What was the point? Why were they in civilian clothes hanging out waiting for the next mission? Or the next batch of instructions? That's the question. The only thing I'm confused about, and don't spoil me if we're going to find out later. Don't spoil me, but I was curious why they were in civilian clothes, just hanging out, if that was part of the plan. I don't know. But I like the animation in this season. It's a little different, but I like it. Or it feels a little different. But yeah, Connie and Sasha sharing a brain cell. Sharing a brain cell, just being like, we're both really bored sitting here. Clearly not the chess players that Bertolt and Reiner are, right? And they both established that their village isn't far south from here. And so Sasha and Connie from nearby. And then looking at this, it looks like Bertolt and Reiner have about the same amount of pieces gone. So they're kind of evenly matched. I love it. I forget how tall Bertolt is. Bertolt's a really tall dude. And they told me not to come back until I'm normal. Oh, Sasha. Oh. And they told me I was too puny to be a soldier. Oh, Connie. And so then Krista's in the middle of this deep story with the freckled-faced girl and someone else, you know, and there's a group of them. So I'm curious why they're all just hanging out. That's the only part that I'm not privy to why. And they don't even seem to know why either, because they make the comment that the others are outside with their gear on and everything. And then so Reiner offers to help Connie, and Connie's like, why? And he's like, doesn't it seem strange? We're on standby in our plain clothes, and we're not allowed to train or wear our uniforms. And even more suspicious, everyone else is fully armed. We're inside the wall and not on the front line. Who are we fighting? So that's a very curious thing. Yeah, what's going on? So I am curious. I think Reiner's got a really good point. It's like, why are they in civilian clothes? What's the deal? What was Erwin planning? That's the question. So I'm very curious about that. I'm assuming that maybe we'll find out more. I love Sasha just plopping her head down like, oh God. And then she hears through the table the footsteps. And she can hear the thuds. So here is the question. There's two possibilities, right? So Wall Rose, they said Wall Rose, they've established that Wall Rose has fallen because there's 9 Titans that like made their way here. So, and there's another guy, okay, Thomas. So Thomas is his name. We've got so many Thomases, or Tomas. So many guys named Thomas. And Nanaba, is that her name? Nanaba? And then there's likely no Titans among the 104th Cadet Corps recruits. Oh, so I wonder if Mike, because they suspected Annie as being one of the Titans that's in disguise, if they have Reiner and them shed their gear because they're afraid that Reiner or Connie or Sasha, one of them, can turn into a Titan. That's what they're fearful of. Huh. That would make sense if they're fearful of them being Titans too. So they're like, well, if they transform, they won't have their gear, so they can't just escape. That's interesting. I wonder if that is the case. If they're suspicious of the other members too, like Annie and Aaron. Interesting. But yeah, so these 9 Titans appearing from the south would suggest that Walrose has been breached, right? Because otherwise, why? I mean, yeah, otherwise, where would they have came from? Because, yeah, where would they have come from? And then Nanaba. Yeah, Nanaba's her name. And Nanaba talked to Krista back in episode 18 of season 1 in Forest of the Trees, the giant trees. There's no time for you to gear up. Take your horses and evacuate the nearby homes and settlements. And that's going to mean that... And Connie freaking out, being like, oh, they're where my family was. Like, that's not good. And then Reiner's freaking out, being like, has the wall been breached? And he's looking at Bertolt, and Bertolt's like, how would I know? You know? So, yeah, Connie and Sasha I'm worried about because they've got emotional investment in all of this. Like, it's their hometown. Like, I'm a little bit worried for Connie and Sasha. I'm like, you guys, this is where you're familiar with. This is your hometown. These Titans are weird looking. I'm just, like, rewatching the episode. So, oh, man. This whole thing with the Beast Titan, we need to get into this. So we don't know what the Titans are. But yeah, so they're establishing that something has breached Walrose. So, oh man. So here's the question. If there are Titans in the walls, I don't know though. Here's the weird thing. If there are Titans all around the walls, the Colossal Titan, when he broke through Wall Maria, he just smashed through the gates. He didn't actually break the wall itself. If they knew that there were Titans all up in the walls, why wouldn't they just break through and release the Titans that were inside? Wouldn't that cause like a chain reaction and crumble the whole wall? I don't know. I don't know, unless they don't really know either. There's so much unsaid, but in the OP, the fact that the Armored Titan and the Colossal Titan are coming back, I'm so excited because I'm like, that means we might get answers. Stuff might go down. It looks like the Armored Titan's going to face Aaron. I don't know. Crazy talk. But, oh, Mike, when a person stops fighting, they lose. And here's the thing. Mike, I get why Mike didn't in the moment because he was so petrified, which the freaking Beast Titan is terrifying. I would not have talked back to it, even though us as the audience are like, just talk to it, communicate with it. I feel bad because I feel like Hanji saw the Beast Titan. Hanji would be like, let's have a conversation. And Mike was so stunned and scared shitless that he just didn't know what to do. And then when he finally got his resolve back and was like, oh, I'll fight them, then we need to talk about the Beast Titan. And the Beast Titan was like, okay, you guys can move now. We need to talk about the Beast Titan, but we need to get to it first. Holy crap. So yeah, as long as we continue to fight, we're not beaten. Yeah, that's a great mantra and everything, but it's kind of, there needs to be something to back it up too, right? So then we go back to where this episode, where season 5, episode 25 of season 1 ended, with all them going the separate ways. And we get that shot of Sasha looking back, looking fearful. That's from episode 25 of season 1, the season finale. So we get it now. They're all scattering and going into 4 groups to go around the Titans and to simultaneously warn the other villages. So, of course, our crew that know each other and know the lay of the land all stuck together. That makes a lot of sense. And Sasha volunteering and Connie going too. So then, Mike, buddy, sacrificing yourself to go distract. And I like that Reiner's like, I was going to help you sneak out, Connie, either way. So I'll go with you. And I'm like, Reiner's super strong. So him being in your team is a good thing, Connie. That's you want Reiner on your side, right? And then, of course, Bertolt's like, yeah, of course I'll come. Like, I want more Bertolt. I want more Bertolt in this season. And we're already seeing a little bit of him. He's kind of got the personality of a wafer cracker. But maybe that'll change. Maybe we'll get more from him. But holy shit. Also, CGI horses. Let's go. And so, the new darkest day in humanity's history. And of course, my question is, why did they all start, like, all the aberrants? It's like, as soon as they noticed that the humans were there, as soon as they realized they were humans, then they all, as soon as they started to scatter and they noticed they were humans, then they all just started going crazy. And when these Titans go crazy, it's like kind of freaky. Like they're just flopping around and going nuts. Like, what the hell? Oh, they all started sprinting. And then Mike, Gurger. So he sends Gurger, the man with the pompadour is Gurger, and he sends him with them. And he's like, okay. Gurger looks like he's going to die. I'm just saying. He doesn't look very swift. But you know what? Mike looks super strong. But I don't know. Anytime a person goes solo and they say his skill is second to own. Anytime they're like, oh, he'll make it back alive. I'm like, shut up, show. Quit giving us hope. And then squandering it. Man, I don't know. And everybody looking freaked out. And of course, Connie's looking freaked out. And Mike, oh man. I mean, Mike did a good job of getting rid of a lot of the Titans. But, jeez. So my question with our info card here is information available for public disclosure. Little is known about the Titans inside the walls. They appear to form the walls within a material similar to the female Titan's crystal. So, I wonder if that's a translation issue, but are we suggesting the walls are made of the same material that was around the female Titan? Nani? Dafu? What? I'm so curious because I talked about in chapter 25 the idea of episode 25 of season 1, the idea that the Titans formed the walls themselves and that's how they were created, and people just kind of carved the crystalline into the walls. I that could be right. I don't know. I'm so damn curious. But here's the thing. We get the flashback, and I've said I wanted to see more Carla, and the first thing we get in episode 1 of this season is more Carla. And so, man, this being Aaron's dream, it says a lot because the first thing that his mom says is, I assume Mikasa had to come to your rescue again. Which explains a lot of why he has this chip on his shoulder of wanting to prove that he doesn't need Mikasa's help, because his mom was always chiding him as a kid that he was relying on Mikasa too much to come save him. That makes a lot of sense, actually. That little psychological factor explains so much. And I love that she like scrapes off all the dirt and stuff, and she's like, no matter how cruel someone is or how much you hate them, you can't always charge at them head on. Wow, Aaron, if you'd listen to your mom's words. Because what does he do when Thomas dies, episode 5 of season 1? He charges head on straight first. What does he do the moment the Levi squad dies? He charges head on straight first. Have those scenarios led to great results? No. So it's like his mom's words. It's like, Aaron, your mom's trying to help you here. But I love that when she leans down, like Aaron has her eyes, but she has her big giant eyes, but his are green instead of her like amber eyes. And I love that she says, you're a man. You're a man, show some restraint. You need to be there for Mikasa too. So she's like, you need to be strong and think things out because you're supposed to be someone that takes charge, right? And he's like, oh. And I love that. He even looks, I love that when we transition back to him waking up, he looks older because he's like, what, 15 or 16 at this point instead of like 10 or 11. I love that. And then Mikasa like fixing her scarf with the sewing kit and she fell asleep fixing it. Mm-hmm. And Aaron, buddy, you don't get it. He's like, oh, I'll get you a new scarf. I'll get you one from the supply room. And it's like, dude, don't you get it? That's the scarf you gave her. So of course she doesn't want a new one. It's like, dude, come on. Oh. And then Armin, I thought Armin was really mad at them, and he probably still is, but he's like, forget this. We don't got time. This is really bad. There's Titans inside Wall Rose. And then Hanji and everybody gearing up to go take care of things. And of course, Levi's like, the Titans don't ever give us a break. And he's still not in his gear. And then Levi's like, it's not like there's much choice. And he's limping. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that Levi's limping on that leg. I don't like it because it's not good. That leg's hurt. And it still hurt. And he saved Aaron with it. And they're like, oh, it's so wise for Mike to handle the situation. He can handle it. It's like they just built Mike up to be this great person just to make his fall that much more devastating. They built him up to be such a capable soldier just for him to get wiped. And then even Erwin, yes. Let's hope so. Yeah, Erwin doesn't seem so sure, and neither does Levi. God. Ugh! And then just rewatching this, like I felt confident that I was like, okay, Mike's handling these Titans fine. But here's what's weird. Like the other Titans, they're all just like crouched and like on standby. Like just standing there, not doing anything. They're just walking around like they're waiting. And he's like, I bought enough time. And he calls the horse back. But, yeah, and then he's like, you know, the one that's really freaking me out is this weird aberrant over here. That's not an aberrant. That is an abomination. That is the freakiest shit I have seen. Like, what the hell? It's huge. It's over 17 meters tall. And it's, yeah, covered in fur. And it looks terrifying. And it's just walking around. Yeah, definitely abnormal, but what the hell? And here's the thing. The Titans never go after animals. And this thing has like arms that like grab to that like almost reach the ground. But he killed the horse. That's a problem. That's a problem, right? Because Annie went for the horses. That shows intelligence. Annie went for the horses. Oh my God. And he crushed the horse and threw it at him. Oh, that was like, what the hell? So, this is the freakiest shit ever. I was like, oh my God. And that thing with Mike. And then he says, wait. Oh my God. And just the fact that as it settles, as it crouches down, the dust and everything just like flows through. Like this thing seems ancient. And Mike, yeah, how would you not be freaked out? And I'm sorry, but that little gentle face that it has, like that sweet little ape face, is terrifying. It's the freakiest shit ever. And then the fact that it talks like in complete full sentences. And the Titan like bites him and he's like, no, what did I just say? Didn't I just say to wait? And he just like kills it. He's like, I told you to wait. But it doesn't die. The Titan doesn't die. He just crushed it. And yeah, of course, Mike is like, what the hell? And he like, the Titan looks at the blood on his hands that evaporates. Oh my God. And he just kind of like gives Mike like a coy little smile, like a coy look, like, hello, little man. Like, what the hell? He's like, tell me, what is that weapon called? And Mike's like, oh shit, what? Like, he says, that thing on your waist that flies around. Like, this is what's freaky, is that this Titan is thinking. And it's learning, and it says it knows what swords are. He says, I'm certain we speak the same language. Perhaps you're simply too frightened, which is the case. Oh, I see you use swords too. So I guess that means you know that we reside in the nape. That means that there's somebody in that. That means there's someone in the Beast Titan. That there's somebody in it. He says, you know we reside in the nape. That means there's somebody inside the Beast Titan. Oh my God. And so it knows what swords is. So is it just so old that it's been fighting enough humans that it knows, it's been fighting enough of its own kind, it knows what a sword is, but it doesn't exactly know what the ODM gear is. So it's not privy to that new technology. Oh my God. Oh, well, I'll just take it back with me. So that means that he probably could get, and of course, Mike is so terrified. He thinks that he's going to die then and there. And like, that's his sign. And he wanted the ODM gear. Oh my God. Oh. And he starts just walking away with it. And I don't know if he was going to let Mike live if he just sat there, or the fact that he started running towards him to attack him, if that's what made the Beast Titan mad. If that was the case. Because he like grabs his sword and starts charging at him. It's like, dude, if you hadn't have gone after him, what would have happened? Right? And he almost looks, he says, oh, you can move now. Oh, and he tells them they can move now. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. And he says, so you can talk. Oh my God. And its face, like the eyes and everything, so you can speak. Oh. Oh my gosh. I must say, what a clever idea. I want to know everything about this Beast Titan. I want to know where he's from. In the OP, it shows him with dinosaurs. So, like, is he, like, one of the original ones? Like, one of the original humans that could turn into a Titan? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. I want to know more. I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I want to know all about this Beast Titan. I want Hanji to meet this Beast Titan. I want Hanji to meet the Beast Titan and have a conversation with it. Because like Ilse wanted to have a conversation with the one Titan and ask it questions, but the Titan couldn't understand, and it was like a circuit overload, and it couldn't understand and rationalize and process what she was telling him. But this Titan, this Beast Titan, can understand human language. It can comprehend and speak and think. And so, I want Hanji to meet him. I want them to meet and have a conversation. But that's so freaky. So okay, so either the Beast Titan has a human inside of him that's been there, I'm assuming, for a while, because it doesn't know about the ODM gear. Has a human inside of him and is just walking around. Or, I said this like way back at the beginning of season 1, are the Titans like, do they all have people inside of them? Or all have some form of a human inside of them in the nape? And then everybody's been killing Titans that have had humans inside of them this whole time? And they've just disintegrated along with the bodies as they dissolved? I don't know. The Beast Titan, that changes everything. This changes everything. Like I said back in Ilse's notebook, I'm like, the fact that Titans can talk changes everything. This creature changes everything. I need to know more. Okay. I'm so glad I'm watching 2 episodes a week because I need to know more. And there's only 12 episodes this season, so I have a feeling a lot of shit's gonna go down. But I've already got to write down Mike as one of the Fallen. Right off the bat. Episode 1. Thank you all for not spoiling me. Thank you for recommending that I watch the OP after the episode. But I'm really excited, y'all, to see what happens next. I hope you all are too. But we will have the next episode very soon, in a couple days. So I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. Please don't spoil me. I'm going into this completely blind. I have no spoilers. If you guys want to talk about spoilers in the comments down below, just put a tag that says Romania don't read, and I won't read it, and that will be helpful. But otherwise, I'm so excited to hear like your thoughts when this thing showed up in season 2, episode 1, after you've waited 4 years and you got this episode. What were your thoughts? I'm so excited. I'm so ready to see what happens next, but I guess we'll see, won't we? So, in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with episode 2 of season 2 of Attack on Titan.